Chapter 59. I was just testing you for my sister. When Ava woke again, through her grogginess, she only saw the door closing. She felt the soft bedding beneath her. She'd slept way too deeply today. Someone had carried her out of the car and she hadn't even noticed. She rolled over, wanting to continue sleeping, when a man's voice came from above her head. "Get up and eat." "Don't want to." She was exhausted and had no appetite whatsoever. "You haven't taken off your makeup." Adrian's single sentence completely blasted away the drowsiness in Ava's mind. She'd slept without removing her makeup. "Why didn't you help me take it off?" Ava blurted out the moment she sat up. Adrian looked down at Ava with something between a smile and a smirk. "Why would I help you remove your makeup? We've already broken up." Ava snorted internally. If he was so principled, he shouldn't have come to watch her performance or brought her here. Now he suddenly remembered they'd broken up. Ava lowered her gaze, her voice dejected. "I'm sorry, I just woke up. I thought..." "Thought what?" "Nothing." Ava shook her head. "Today is Grace's birthday. Aren't you going to see her?" Adrian replied, "I was just about to go. That's why I'm asking you to come along." Ava completely lost any desire to sleep now. She threw off the covers and got out of bed. "Adrian, wait for me!" "Time to watch the show." She quickly removed her makeup and changed clothes. Adrian's closet had many women's dresses. They clearly weren't her style, probably bought for Grace. Almost all still had their tags on. She chose a red one. Grace didn't like colors that were too vivid. She couldn't say she liked it or disliked it. As long as it was not a color Grace liked, she could accept it. "Adrian, I'm ready." Ava emerged from the bathroom and cheerfully linked her arm through Adrian's. Her body brushed against Adrian's arm, seemingly by accident. Adrian's eyes slid sideways toward her. A dark glint flashed in his gaze. Seeing he didn't move, Ava asked innocently, "It's okay if I hold your arm, right? Grace is such a magnanimous person, she won't misunderstand." Adrian merely glanced at her coolly without saying a word. Ava walked out with a smile. Her arm looped through Adrian's. She was wondering what kind of innocent expression she should wear when she saw Grace to make her even more heartbroken. Just as she and Adrian got in the car, Grace's call came through. A malicious glint flashed in Ava's eyes. She deliberately made a sound. "Adrian, is someone there with you?" Grace's slightly stiff voice came through the speaker in the car. Ava propped her face on her hand and leaned toward Adrian. Adrian glared at her, as if warning her not to pull any tricks. If she listened to him, she wouldn't be Ava Hart. "No." The moment Adrian opened his mouth, Ava leaned over and kissed his Adam's apple. The man's breathing instantly became ragged. Ava wrapped her arms around Adrian's neck and looked up at him, her gaze pure yet seductive. Grace's voice continued from the phone. Ava's cherry lips had already begun moving upward to press against Adrian's thin lips. She bit his upper lip lightly, then swung her long leg over. She sat down on Adrian's lap. Face to face, she deepened the kiss. She pulled the phone from the man's hand and casually tossed it onto the seat. "Adrian, are you listening to me?" Grace held the phone in front of her face. The call clearly hadn't disconnected, yet Adrian still hadn't responded. "Grace, why are you crouching here?" Monica's concerned voice pulled Grace back from her thoughts. She looked up through tear-filled eyes. "Mom, shouldn't I just give up?" Give up on a love that didn't belong to her. But this love did belong to her. She was the one who saved Adrian. He'd mistaken Ava for her, which was why he treated Ava so well. "Don't think so much. Didn't he say he was busy with work? Maybe he really is just busy." Monica gently consoled her. Grace nodded. "That's right. Adrian wasn't the type to be unfaithful. He wouldn't do something like that." "Used me? And now you're not taking responsibility?" Adrian's voice was hoarse. He gripped Ava's waist, pressing her back down just as she was about to get up. Alarm bells rang in Ava's mind. She'd been so focused on upsetting Grace that she'd almost forgotten Adrian was a wolf. She smiled bashfully and pried his hands off her waist. Adrian, we've already broken up. We can't cross that line. She smiled softly. You already have Grace. This isn't right. Adrian almost laughed from frustration. Who was it that just took the initiative to kiss me? Ava blinked. Adrian, I was just testing whether you're loyal to Grace. Your performance didn't pass. Didn't pass? Adrian raised an eyebrow and asked back, What did I do to you? I just didn't resist. That doesn't mean I cheated. I never initiated anything with you. You were the one who initiated. Not initiating didn't count as cheating. Ava mentally gave Adrian a big thumbs up. He was quite good at rationalizing his behavior. Adrian, your hand. Ava's finger pointed at her waist. His cold, large hand was now burning hot. Ava had reason to suspect that if she weren't beside him right now, he'd probably go find Grace to relieve himself. The car stopped at a private restaurant in the suburbs. Ava had been sitting on Adrian's lap the whole time, and her legs were getting numb. Only when the driver opened the car door did Adrian finally release her. Ava thought it was strange. Since when did Grace like celebrating her birthday at places like this? Are my parents here? You'll know when you go inside. The server opened the door to a private room. Adrian walked in first. Ava followed behind him. But when she entered the room, the smile on Ava's face froze. There was no one inside. Adrian had played her. Where's Grace? Ava forced a smile. Adrian sat down at the table, his thin lips parting slowly. I never said she was here. You assumed she was here. Ava rarely felt this frustrated and stifled. If she'd known Grace wasn't here, she would have kept sleeping. Come sit. Adrian looked at Ava, his leisurely tone carrying an undertone of unquestionable authority.